Yes, as you can see, I'm coming from the airport. I'm at the southern bypass exit from the expressway, and I'm going to show you how you can maneuver from the airport to Kiambu town. We have several ways you can use. One, you can use the eastern bypass through Outer Ring Road, or use Likoni through Enterprise to Jogoo Road or to town, or you can come all the way to the Museum Hill roundabout, all the way through to Thika Road, Forest Road, Thika Road, Kiambu Road. I want to tell you what is so amusing about Kiambu Road. One, Kiambu town is one of the oldest towns in Kenya, and it is one of the best towns to ever be in. Very simple, with everything that you need. Remember, Kiambu Road has the biggest estates. The most high-end estates come from Kiambu Road. Starting with the Runda, we have Runda Paradise, we have Muthaiga North, we have Four Ways, we have Mushroom Garden Estates, we have Edenville, we have Mudidi, we have some of the best estates to live in Runda. We have Ridgeways, we have Runda Ineza, we have Ridgeway Springs, we have Windsor Hay Estate. Those are along the Kiambu Road. Another thing you will know about Kiambu Road is that from Muthaiga to Kiambu town is around 5-6 kilometers, and it is the only road where every square inch is a car yard. We have more car yards in Kiambu Road than retail shops. And in fact, if you'd like to count the shops, we have the Seattle City Mall Naivas, Ridgeways Mall, we have Chandarana, Runda Mall, we have the Carrefour, we have Homelink in the Ndegwa, we have Quickmart in the Ndegwa. They are around 5 large shopping malls or shopping complexes, the largest supermarket chains. Then, if you'd want to talk about car yards, the yards that sell motor vehicles, you can't finish counting them because they are back to back, next to next. There are very many. If you need to buy a car in Nairobi, I think Kiambu Road is the first place to do your window shopping and the place to buy cars. We have the most renowned car yards along Kiambu Road. I think the most renowned one is the Maridadi Motors. We have Windsor Motors, we have the Volvo shop, we have the Axis, we have Willow Motors, we have Apex. We have very many car yards along Kiambu Road. So if you're looking to buy a car, I think Kiambu Road is the place to be. If you need to have some very balanced life, you also need to come to Kiambu Road. Look for a house. We have middle and high-end estates. For the middle estates, Kiambu town is one of the best places to be. We also have the Ndegwa and we have Ruaka as those middle class estates to be. We have some satellite towns. I have just left Bunyala Road, now headed to Haile Selassie, the junction of Haile Selassie or the roundabouts. Haile Selassie, Mombasa Road roundabouts. It is the one I'm approaching. We have some satellite towns like Kirigiti, like Ingego, we have Domberi, we have Riabai, we have other smaller towns like Marurui. They are also good places for you. Now this is the Haile Selassie. If you turn right, that is Haile Selassie. So Kiambu Road is one of those roads that you can't miss. We have markets. We have the biggest shopping complex in East and Central Africa, the Two Rivers Mall. Then vehicles move 24 hours along Kiambu Road. I'm now at Uhuru Highway. I'm approaching the Kenyatta Avenue roundabout. Then I'll go through Uhuru roundabout. Now this is Kenyatta Avenue roundabout. Then I will go through University Way roundabout. Then the exchange at the Museum Hill. Keep watching, keep following. I'm taking you from the airport to Kiambu town, and you'll see how many minutes I'll spend. And it is exactly 4 a.m. It is exactly 4 a.m. Yeah. So now this is the Uhuru Highway roundabout. If you turn left, you will go through Valley Road. If you go right, the University of Nairobi is on your left. You'll go through Globe roundabout. I think Globe roundabout is the largest roundabout in Nairobi. Then you start the Thika Superhighway next to Kahama Hotel. So this is the Museum Hill. Remember, it is named after the Museums of Kenya, which is just next to me on my right. If you want to visit a place, Museum Hill, the Kenya Museums of Kenya, Nairobi is the place to be. I want to take a left because I want to join the interchange. The interchange to what do we call this? The Professor Wangari Maathai Road. Just ahead of me is the GTC. The GTC is the second tallest building in Nairobi after the UAP Old Mutual Tower in Upper Hill. So the second tallest building in Nairobi is the GTC, commonly known as the building that says, "I love Nairobi, I love NBO." Up above is the expressway there, you can see. So you can see Museum Hill Exchange. I don't know whether my phone is capturing that. Now I have gotten to this road we call Professor Wangari Maathai Road, or the Forest Road. On my left there we have another exit to Ojijo, Broadwalk, Modhithi, back to Westlands. If you take right, you'll go through Kijabe Street. Then next here we have another exit. On my left is Limuru Road. On my right we call it Kipande Road, that goes through Ngara all the way back to town through Globe. Just next to me here up ahead there is the Museum of Amusement. We call it the Museum of Illusions. If you'd like to see, you see this is a Museum of Illusions. If you'd like to see those funny weird things, that's the best place to be. That is Forest Road. On my left it is called Modhithi Road. So up ahead again I will still use the highway, but on my left, if you turn left there, you are going to join Limuru Road. Limuru Road houses most of the international embassies and high commission residencies. They are situated along the Limuru Road. Remember, Limuru Road also houses the United Nations headquarters and the embassy of the US. It also has an exit and an entrance to the largest shopping mall in East and Central Africa, the Two Rivers Mall, and the old great a village market shopping complex. If you turn left there, you are going to join Nairobi School, one of those great premier schools, Nairobi Premier School. Here, there is another exchange. If you are not careful with the exchanges on this road, you can miss an exit, and correction points will be very far. If you read the billboard on my right, if you take right, if you continue the ramp, you are going back to town through Pangani. But I'm taking left so that I can join Thika Road, so that I can drive for like 1.5 kilometers. Then I join left, the famous Kiambu Road I've been telling you about. Drive with me and you'll see how things will unfold, so that I can start talking about Kiambu Road itself. We have these big buildings, and it is 4:05 from the airport to Kiambu town at night. Without traffic, you need like 25 minutes or even 20, depending on the speed. I'm cruising at around 90 or 100. So this is Thika Road. Just next to me here, I want to take left to Kiambu Road, which is 10 kilometers from here, on a very good tarmac road. Now, I have left the Thika Road. Now, I'm cruising along the Kiambu Road. Now, I want you to give attention now to Kiambu Road. It is a very good paved road. At the beginning here, we have the Mathari Hospital. We have the Muthaiga Police Station on my right. On my left, we have the Muthaiga Golf Club. I don't know what's wrong with this driver here. I need to overtake him because I don't understand. Now, after this ditch on up ahead in like 200 meters from where I am, we have the DCI headquarters. Someone is on full light. Why are you on full light? In the US, they call it the high beam. On my left, it is the entrance to Karura Forest. And next, on my right, we have the DCI, the Directorate of Criminal Investigation Headquarters. Here, Directorate of Criminal Investigations. Just ahead of me here, we have the Karura River. It is just next ahead of us here. It crosses the road under us here. Alright. From here, I don't know whether you can see how fast I'm, because it's a downhill, then a climb or an ascent. On my left and on my right is Karura Forest. You hear people talk about I was dumped in Karura Forest. I don't know, because it is a gated forest. Now on my right we have one of those kayaks, Royal Motors. On my left is another gate B for Karura Forest. On my right here we have Nairobi Water, and next to it we have the AAR hospital here, one of those good hospitals along this place. So we have seen two kayaks already. We have another kayak here next to Mogra Children's Home. What do we call this yard? I didn't get the name. But up ahead here, we are heading to Ridgeways, but we start with a place known as Wonder Joy. Wonder Joy. At Wonder Joy now, this is where Wonder Joy is one of those biggest event organizers. They do seats, chairs, tents. Those the biggest of the tents you can ever get. Wonder Joy has them. So here the arts begin. That one I can't get the name. So here we have Caplicity. It is very known. Caplicity is there. Ride Right is there. Road Scout Motors, Total, Clyde Motors. We have Married Daddy Motors there. Clyde Motors are there. Next year, we have World Automobile is there. We have Modokinjo. Here we have the Liquor House, Johanna Automotives. On my left side we have the Seattle City Mall that houses Naivas. That is Naivas in Seattle City Mall. On my right here we have Chandarana in Ridgeway's Mall. Here we have another car yard known as Windsor Motors, Garden Motors, Our Lady of the Rosary Church, Car Locus is on our right here, Japan Motors, Modokinjo is there, Axis Motors are there, Willow Motors are there, Haki Traders Motors are there. We have Car Wash on my right, Ace Prestige Motors. We have Donga Car. We have Car Expresso. We have A Plus. Another Windsor Motors. On my right here we have Sukusuku. One of those joints you can never express yourself. Car Express is here. Car Wash, Lifespan Pharmacy. And here next on my left side we have the Runda Mall. Runda Mall is on my left here. This is Runda Mall. Then we go to the Northern Bypass. That is Runda Mall. Now we are approaching the Northern Bypass. And even after the Northern Bypass, the car yards still continue. We have Mattel Trading Motors, Mattel Trading Motors. So this is a drive through Kiambu Road. Now this is the Northern Bypass that joins from Ruaka to OJ roundabout. So Kiambu Road still continues. Now from around here we are leaving Nairobi County to Kiambu County at a river I'm going to show you. So we are still in Nairobi County. Here we call this place Four Ways Estate or Four Ways Junction. Yeah. So up ahead here, that is Evergreen. We have Ruby's Evergreen. So there is a river here. There is a river just here that separates Nairobi from Kiambu, and the river is just under this road here. You see this guardrail? The river below there separates Nairobi County from Kiambu County. Now we are in Kiambu County, and the first town after you get to Kiambu County is Ndegwa. So we call this stage Yabasi or Kasarini, where on my right we have very big buildings, on my left very many buildings, and we have a building known as Kaimo. On my left we have Quickmart, we have Naivas, we have another liquor house, that is Quickmart and Naivas. We have very many petrol stations. Then from here we are going to the Ndegwa center known as Delta Stage. On my left we have Legacy Plaza. Exactly, so the Ndegwa is there. This is the Ndegwa, Kim's, what. And the kayaks still continue. We have St. Teresa's Hospital there. Another very big building upcoming there. Just next is another very big new building, still under construction. And on my right here, in about 100 meters, you get to Mushroom Gardens. Mushroom Gardens. Yeah. So from here to Kiambu town is like 2 kilometers. So from here you won't see much. But I must say next year we have 5-star estates on my right. Then we have the Kiambu National Polytechnic, famously and previously known as the Kiambu Institute of Science and Technology. KINAP now. It is Kiambu National Polytechnic. Then we have the Riverside, where we have a junction to Kirigiti. Then you get to Kiambu town. One of those very busy towns. On my left, there is an exit to Edenville Estate, one of those good estates around. So not much to say here, apart from on our left, we have a coffee plantation, and there is a new joint here that is causing so much traffic. For those who like raving, it is known as Capitol Noir. It's Capitol Noir. And this is the Center for Excellence, KINAP, the Kiambu National Polytechnic, famously and commonly known as, I love KINAP, the Kiambu Institute of Science and Technology. So I think from here it's Kiambu town. On my left, on my right here is the junction towards Kirigiti, Kamiti Road. Remember, Kamiti is the largest prison in Kenya. Yeah, so it has taken us 22 minutes from the airport to Kiambu town, and we are not even cruising at 100. We were doing an average from my dials here 40, but in most places I was doing 100. So I'm now approaching Kiambu town. On my left we have the county government of Kiambu offices. Then we have some very big hardwares. If you need tiles and building constructions for finishing, we have Jimso tiles, and we have the Reg decals in Kiambu. If you need those doors, those gypsum boards, those tiles, those anything that is related to house finishing, paint work, plumbers, electricians, that is one of those. So if you require any building constructions, we have the Reg decals and gyms or tiles. These are the affordable housing. So I've taken the back route so that I can cut the footage. The Kenya fire station is on my right, and Kiambu prison still is on my right. Yeah, I hope you have known Kiambu from wherever you are. If you happen to have a question, you can do it in my comment section. Thank you very much as I turn around through Kiambu town.